If they made a movie scene where you have the ascension to heaven as part of that scene, and they could just play this as the backdrop, and your music's taken care of. What's up, A-Aron here, back for reaction video number 16, and another Dimash one. This has been requested ever from the beginning, Ave Maria. I've got the lyrics pulled up to Ave Maria. It's one of those that's just a classic, but in case we need it, I've got it. So looking forward to this. You've requested it so much. And let me just say thank you for all of you who just are exploding up my channel and, just providing amazing comments and feedback. Thank you. You are all amazing. So let's dive right in without further ado.
Димаш Кудайберген и Игорь Крутой.
Браво!
Просто мурашки по коже.
I'm literally speechless. That was not at all what I was expecting, but then again, what do you expect from Dimash? There weren't any lyrics in that. Oh my gosh. Whew. That was an experience. I had to close my eyes at the end. In fact, I think I need to listen to that again.
Fashionable? Do I look fashionable?
I think this might be the first time with Dimash where I just don't even have any words. So I've called him an alien before. And I feel like what we're seeing here is the distant calls of the alien calling down to Earth from this heavenly body. And it's just the most beautiful thing ever. You know, closing my eyes, and I'm sure if I did this from the beginning, you would have no idea that this is not some classically trained opera female. And that this is a male who has a range of almost 8 octaves and can go down to like, what is it, like a A0 or something like that. Unreal. Now, we've seen him in his range, or at least I have in what I've watched. And I don't think anything he's done here is any higher, although that, where he went, that was up super high. And that last note was very high as well. And we're going to talk about that note. Oh my goodness. But I don't think, you know, it's always impressive. Always. But I don't think it's any more high than what I've heard from him before. But on the same note, it's non-stop control. And that last note, he went like he played with the dynamics. I don't recall. But I feel like he had a couple swells within the note. He went in and out of different types of vibratos. He then held it steady and finished up with this nice, that was one of the most masterfully controlled, really not just high note, any note, but just that range, that register for him, and the control he had. Are you kidding me? So soft. Okay, so going back to the beginning, that introduction was epic. Just so many sounds that are the low, like almost, I remember making this gesture, like the bass, synthetic bass sound. And then there were all these different sounds that I'm not sure I made out why they were chosen specifically. But once again, that suspense of him in that pose, letting that moment soak in, to brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Dimash is here. Right? And then the most angelic, heavenly song, couple minutes I may have ever heard. Right? I wonder if they made a movie scene where you have the ascension to heaven as part of that scene, and they could just play this as the backdrop, and your music's taken care of, because it feels like it's just continuing to lift you up. And let's talk about the arrangement, which I don't even know if you could call this an arrangement. It's almost like it's a new composition. Although obviously tribute to, the classic Ave Maria. And it does retain some of that Ave Maria. It still maintains that melodic, I don't even think it's the exact same interval though. But, he plays with that interval. But it still maintains a little bit of that feel, but it's very different. And then there's chord progressions and multiple key changes where it just completely changes, and it's done so well. I think the first one, the choir came in, if I'm not mistaken, or at least full choir. I think there was a little bit of choir backing vocals before that. But the full choir came in, and then the drums came in on the next one, if I'm not mistaken. And there was, the chord progressions were moving all over. That was just fascinating. Every aspect of it. His control, his tool belt with vocal ability is beyond a tool belt. It's beyond an instrument. It's almost like it's a weapon. And he can yield it and wield it whichever way he wants. And I don't want to start talking about like some morbid approach. I was going to continue with the weapon analogy, but it's probably a bad one because then I start talking about violence and stuff. So, but it's absurd. And I've been reading from you all in terms of comments and feedback, just the amount of time that he spends training and preparing his voice with swimming and all kinds of things. He's absolutely a vocal athlete. He's a master performer. And this is an absolute masterpiece. I don't know what else is needed to be said. I'm dumbfounded. Thank you so much for continuing to request this. Please like and subscribe. Absolutely want to hear your comments and feedback. And then also, make sure you visit the details page where there's a link to Dimash's official channel, the original video to this. And then also there's a link there for you to, buy me a coffee if you so desire. Otherwise, we will see you on the next one. Thank you much.